Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be the first part of a series that I have decided to start on my YouTube channel. So what this means is that it's a series that's going to encompass all of the steps of getting glam and making sure that everything looks the best that it can possibly be. Because it's hard in a makeup tutorial to go in full depth and talk about eyebrows in full depth, and eyeshadow, and foundation, and contour, and bronzer, and the complexion products, and stuff like that without it being like an hour long. So in order to chunk them up and for you all to have them as reference points, I decided to do 3 to 4 videos that dedicate one to brows, one to eyeshadows, one to wing eyeliner, and one to complexion products like foundation, concealer, contour, bronzer, and highlight. So today, the first part of the series is going to be eyebrows. And I'm going to go in an in-depth tutorial and show you how I do my eyebrows and give you some tips and tricks on what might help you figure out your brow shape and how to get them consistent every time you put on makeup. Okie dokie guys, so I have just brought you guys a little closer into my face. I've got a new camera, so it might be a little too HD, I don't know. With the lighting, I'm not for sure. But now that you have plucked your eyebrows, you can use any set of tweezers that you want. I literally just use a store-bought, they're by Revlon, I just got them at the drugstore, and just go around your eyebrows and make pay particular attention to your bottom line of your eyelashes, of your eyebrows, because that, for me at least, I like for my bottom line of my eyebrows to be the sharpest part and the most precise part of my brow routine. And when you're going in and tweezing and cleaning up, make sure not to go too far and tweeze too much and end up just with little lines, or what they call sperm cell brows, what they used to have a lot in the 90s and early 2000s. But if I come in a little more and let it focus, you can see that my eyebrow is still full and still thick. It's just cleaned up under the bottom and there's no stray hairs or anything. It's really smooth and it's ready to be drawn in. So now in terms of brow products, like the Benefit Precisely My Brow in the shade 2. It's like my perfect match. And some people like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, which is this one right here. I like both, but I tend to lean towards going to this one a lot. I just pick up this one a lot and use it. It just feels better ergonomically in my hand. It feels better. But I'm out of this one, so I'm going to be using the Brow Wiz by Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Taupe. Now, what you want to do first off, before you even start brushing in some color into your hair, you want to take a mirror. I've got this mirror right here, baby. Blow off any excess hairs from liking to throw some hairs on it. And you just want to brush your hairs up. 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 In the first place, you want to brush your hairs up. You take your brow pencil, and I literally have so little left of this, I don't know if you can see, but that's literally all I have left. I need to go buy a new one. I've ran out of the Benefit one, so that's why I'm using this one, but I'm using the comb on that one because I broke the comb off this Anastasia one, so yeah. Okay guys, you're up close and personal, even closer than you were before. You're gonna see all of this skin and you're gonna see all of everything. So what I do when I'm taking the first part of my brow, I go in to the front of my brow where it lines up here. So with the part of my nostril that's out here that flares out, that's going to be your first dot. I'm not going to mark it because I don't need to mark it right now because I've done it so many times, there's no reason to mark it. But if you're just starting out, mark it there and then this is your fulcrum point, and then go here through the middle of your eye, and that's your arch, and then your fulcrum point staying here and going to the outer part of your eye, and that's where the end of your tail is going to be. Okie dokie, so the dots are super tiny, but I put them in just for the sake of this video. So what you do is you just connect the dots, and as you're starting out really like out here, when you're starting on the outer part or the inner part of your eyebrow, go in very lightly and then just connect the dots. Like so. In order to do the top part of your brow, it's very pertinent to just brush down your hairs. I know we brushed them up earlier, but brush them down for this part. Because if you go ahead and your brows are brushed up from the previous step of doing the bottom line, and you go in and draw above the brows, your brow can be a little too thick, become too thick because you're drawing above the brows and not staying within the confines of the natural shape of your brow. This is what the brow looks like thus far, and I'm not used to this camera being so fucking high definition, so if I mess up, y'all are gonna see it, so pray for me. The brow is drawn in and it has a nice arch to it, and it really frames my face well. And if you look side by side, this one is not like it's my normal brow, it's how they grow. They're blind, so even though they have shape, it doesn't really show up much. And this one right here is nice and arched, and it has some shape to it, and it really kind of pulls my face up and gives frame to my face. Now, what I do when I'm filling in my brows is I just leave them down, the brow hairs that we comb down to do the top line, and I start from the back of the brow, back here, and go in and just start filling it in. And today I'm not going to go really dark, one, to conserve product because, you know, I just showed you how far or how close I am to being out. So I'm just going to kind of keep it cute and light today and not anything too dark. So I take it here, and when I get to this point, what I do is I go to the front of the brow where the line is, and I just start flicking very lightly from the bottom line up, and hair-like strokes in order to kind of almost ombre this brow into a natural finish. And now that we have our brows, or this brow, done, and the bottom line and it's filled in, I take the spoolie, which I'm using the Benefit Precisely My Brow spoolie because I broke my spoolie off of the Anastasia Brow Wiz one, and then you just rake through your hairs and just bring them up. So the concealer that I'm going to use today to clean up under my brow is the Makeup Revolution concealer, and Conceal and Define in the shade C1. Is it going to show? Is it going to show? C1. And then all I do, just take the doe foot and just place a nice bit of it, not too much, onto my lid. And then I take any concealer brush that you have, any synthetic brush really, that is kind of flat like this. I'm taking this one. And then I'm just going to first spread this over the entirety of my lid. This is where you start defining it, and just trace the line where your brow is with that concealer on your brush. And once you make that line, feather it down into the concealer that's on your lid. And then I just take my finger and then tap it. And this will take some excess product off and just kind of further blend the concealer into your eyelid. Now, before this creases, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it with some Coty Airspun powder. So I will be right back, and we will summarize what we learned today after I do this brow off camera. Okay, so I am back. The brows went on nicely. They're pretty symmetrical. It's okay if they're not completely symmetrical. There's a saying in the makeup industry, if they're sisters, great. We're not, I mean, sometimes it's not a realistic expectation to expect them to be twins. Brow wants to be so bitchy, like when I go like, what? Like, you can either go like, what? And then it'll be straight, or you can go like, what? And be like, bitch. I can't do my brow like this. My right brow, I can't do like that. I'm like, when I give a quizzical look like that, I can't do my right brow like that at all. I don't know why. I don't know why. Anyway, if you like this video and you like this idea, then give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave some comments in the comment section. I love hearing from you guys and talking to everyone, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.